Hello, everyone. I just got out of the grocery store. I just got home, about to take the groceries in, and I wanted to share a short God story of what just happened. I thought it would be a good teaching moment, so I thought I would share. Uh, so I just got out of the grocery store. I've been learning for the past couple of years. God's been teaching me how to actually just take things slow and not be on a mission all the time. To not be in a rush, but to maybe take pause in the day to day. I guess being patient with life. And so I kind of exercise this every now and again, like where I'll go into a grocery store and I'll just kind of meander around and get my groceries. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. And it's crazy what you come up with whenever you're not in a rush. It's crazy the kind of conversations you end up in that you really wouldn't have gotten into if you had been, focused on a mission to get your stuff and get out. But so I meandered around the grocery store, had fun, got my groceries, joked around with people along the way, and when I ended up getting out of the grocery store, there was an older lady that was in front of me, and she was kind of having trouble walking. She was a little bent over, and I was just walking by her with my cart. I said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I also have been learning a lot about actually meaning that, actually caring about their response. Like whenever I ask someone how they're doing, I think people can really tell whether or not you actually care about what they say in that moment. And apparently this lady actually felt like she could speak honestly. She told me, she said, "I'm not doing too well." And in that moment, I have the option to either I can walk away and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and just walk away, or I can acknowledge that there's a God inside of me who is a big enough solution to whatever issue that she's having. And I can continue just to pause and to love on her. So I stopped my cart whenever she said that she's not doing too well, and I said, "Well, what's going on?" And she was caught off guard by the fact that I stopped. Rightfully so. Not many people really care. But she began to tell me about how she had a terminal illness. And I asked her what it was. I said, "Is it cancer?" She said, "Yeah, I have a tumor." And so, obviously, if I don't believe in this moment that I can help in any kind of way, then I'm just going to walk away. But if I really know and I believe that I can help in some sort of way, the Christ in me, then I'll offer my solution. So I said, "Ma'am, do you mind if I pray for you?" And she said it was okay. And so I prayed. I had commanded her body to be healed, that the cancerous cells would be destroyed. And she began to look up at me afterwards and said, "That was very brave of you." And I received the compliment. I was like, "Thank you so much." I didn't really think about it till later, but it really takes a lot of courage to be able to love in that manner. And yeah, to love in that manner where you don't know whether or not they're going to receive it. You could easily get rejected. It's a very vulnerable position. It takes a lot of strength and courage to be able to step into that place. But I want to encourage you. This is hopefully these stories kind of help people to see how you can represent Jesus in the earth practically in the mundane stuff like getting groceries. You are the representation of God in the earth. You, in Christ, you have the ability to make God's heart tangible to people. They can experience God through you now. And it's not an obligation. It's not something that you do out of religion. It's just from being moved from a place of you're moved by your inward parts. You are moved with compassion as Jesus was. So I hope this encourages you. to shine, to bring back the simplicity of life in Christ, that you have Christ in you, and He wants to touch other people. He wants you to know how loved you are, and He wants you to be able to love others just as much as you love yourself. So I bless you. I hope this encourages you. You guys have a nice evening.